But then like today when I did this, I looked in the mirror, I was like, it made me happy. That pop of color made me happy. It made me feel like me today. There's some days where this is how I feel, and I want to express that. The same with the tattoos. And if the people that don't like them don't like me, then that's meant to be. I probably wouldn't enjoy them either. You know what I mean? So now that I realize that, before I didn't realize that, I was just like, I wanted everybody to like me because I'm a people pleaser. And now I realize I don't want everybody to like me because there's some people that aren't very likable and they don't think on the same level that I do. You know what I mean? So why would I worry about pleasing them? Well, good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I just finished doing a live interview with my dear friend and author, Diana Martin. If you haven't had a chance to watch that, I hope you will. I hope you'll go check it out. She is amazing. She wrote a book on what it's like to be in love or involved with somebody that's on the spectrum, because she herself has been with somebody for, I think she said 15 years now. And she wasn't aware when they first met that he was indeed on the spectrum. They were together for 7 years before she realized. She just thought there was something wrong with her. She knew he had some quirks. She just wasn't sure what was going on. But finally, they ended up having therapy. He got diagnosed. He still doesn't buy it, but it was obvious to her what the situation was. And so basically what she's done is she's learned to adapt, and she's trying to help other people that find themselves in the same situation that don't understand. She's written a book on it. Actually, she's already written her second book, and she's going to be publishing that soon. But the first book, Lonely in Love, was really awesome. I think you'll enjoy that. I put a link to that too. And you can get that on Amazon. And she's written a children's book. And she's just, she's full of so much insights into all of this. I really hope you'll go take a look at it. She's also on YouTube, Cassandra Sisters. And she's new, so she's just starting out, but she's wonderful. And I think if you're looking for something like that, she's the one to go watch. She's very warm. She's very, she'll make you feel comfortable. She won't, because I know it's an awkward situation for a lot of people, and they need to understand it, and they don't know where to turn. So yeah, go check that out. I want to respond to last night's video. I got a really great response, so I want to thank you guys for commenting on that, where I asked if I should get a tattoo, a piercing, or should I just color my hair. Actually, these are just clip-in ones. I had bought these for my granddaughters years ago when they like to play. Well, I have all different ones, and I thought, I need to do that. I need to just try those on and see if I like them. That's why they're short. But you know what? I do. I really do. I like these two colors. So I think this is going to be the winner. I already have my nose pierced, as you know. I've had that done for over 20 years. And I have my 3 little tattoos. I would love to get more because I love tattoos. And they hurt. That's the only reason I won't get them. But I love them. And I just realized, the response was so different from one degree to the next. Some people, like me, love that type of thing, and other people just absolutely loathe it. And I expected that. I knew that. And that's fine. Everybody has their own opinions and their own paths. And I just wanted to make a video on it. I had already pretty much made up my mind. I just wanted to see what other people thought. And you didn't let me down. I kind of figured, it would go the way that it did, but that's okay. Like I said, we all have our own paths and we see things different. For me personally, the people with the tattoos and the people with the colored hair and the piercing, those are my people. I'm more introverted, so I'm not like that, obviously. But those are the people I'm always drawn to. I love those people, and I admire them that they had the guts to do that kind of stuff, because I was the good girl. I was afraid of making my mom unhappy or standing out. I didn't want people to look down on me. Well, I'm 63. none of that matters anymore. I could care less. I could be tattooed from head to toe. Wouldn't bother me a bit anymore. I don't like drawing attention to myself, but I want to express myself. And so, if I was to get tattoos and people look down on them, it wouldn't faze me a bit anymore. It used to. I did worry about what people thought of me. But, you get to that point in life where you can't go around worrying what other people think. You got to worry about what you think. And I'm finally at a point in my life where I know who I am. I'm a pretty good person, and I like who I am, and I know I'm a very kind person, and I know it's just the artist in me that loves color, and I the tattoos and the piercings. I love that kind of stuff. I always want to know when I meet somebody what the story is behind their tattoo, because there's always a story, and I really appreciate that. And maybe it's because I live in Southern California where you see that. So it's no big deal anymore. I imagine there's probably some places back east that it's probably not as acceptable, but I'm not in school. I'm not in a corporate job. And even the jobs that I'm looking at, it's not a problem. As a matter of fact, I would say more people in jobs have tattoos now and piercings than not. School teachers, firefighters, policemen, everywhere you go, your banker, you go to the grocery store. They used to make you hide them, but I don't think they can do that anymore because nobody's hiding them. I see them wherever I go, which is fine. Like I said, it tells me something about the person. It used to be, I know in my mom's era, it used to be just prisoners had tattoos. And so that was a telltale sign that they were a prisoner. That's the stuff my mom would tell me. And yeah, if she was alive now, she'd probably just be devastated just with my little bitty tattoo. Like, oh, Dawn Marie, how could you do that to your body? So, yeah, times change, people change. It's just the way things are. I mean, look at the stuff they did. My mom did. When I look at pictures of how they dressed and stuff, it was like, really, mom? But that was acceptable in her day, right? There was just things. And even now, we look at older people that are conservative and we think they're it's like, why are they dressed like that? But they think that's the way we should be, more, comfortable and conservative. And it's like, everybody has a choice. Like I said, I like long hair on guys. It's my era. I grew up with surfers and that type of thing. And my husband had long hair back in the day, but then he cut it short just out of convenience. He'd like to grow it too, but he just doesn't like the way it looks as it gets longer. And so that's his choice. I wouldn't, push him to do that. He's lucky because, he's a guy. If he feels like changing his look, he can grow a mustache. Well, he's always had a mustache, but, he can grow a goatee, he can grow a big bushy beard, and he has throughout the years. And, it does change his look. It just looks like a whole different person depending on what style he tries to go with. And that's fine. I want him to be able to express himself and to be comfortable. And he's always allowed me the freedom to express myself. And sometimes we don't look like we go together as a couple. One of us will be a little more flamboyant than the other. But that's what it's all about. I like people that are different, and people, I'm never one for judging people. And if people judge me, I'm 63, I don't care anymore. It's like, that's their choice. If they want to judge me negatively, that's their choice, because I know I'm an awesome person, and I've got a lot to offer. But it's just, you have to be comfortable, and some people just aren't comfortable. Like I wasn't for many years. Like I said, I was so conservative. Just even doing something like this would have freaked me out. I would have felt like everybody was staring at me. And now if they are, it's not a big deal. I'm fine with it. And like I said, I always seek those people out when I'm out in public. Those are the people I notice, and those are usually the people I want to get to know, because I feel like there's something about them. They're usually artists, creatives, musicians, those type of people. My people. So, but like I said, I do appreciate it. I know a lot of people are still very conservative, and that's fine. If you're not comfortable with it, then you shouldn't do it. But I hope that we can all agree that we shouldn't judge people by that kind of thing. Everybody has reasons for doing what they do. And some people get tattoos to hide scars. Some people get tattoos because, somebody's died and they want to remember them. A lot of people get tattoos for their children and their grandchildren. God, I'd love to do that, but I got 8 grandchildren. I'm not getting 8 tattoos. You'd have to put me out to get that done. There's no way. So, and yeah, we've always been the parents that let our kids express themselves in the way they dress, and realizing that you have to be able to handle the consequences of it, because there are going to be some people that judge you, and maybe unjustly. They don't know. I know my one son, he was more radical than the other two, and that was okay, because the funny thing was, he was the shyest one, but he really wanted to express himself. And as long as he was doing good in school, and he wasn't getting in trouble, my husband and I had no problem. And he was pretty extreme. And it was funny though, because when people would see him, they would, their first judgment of him was, that maybe he was kind of radical. And he always would surprise people. He would open doors. He was just very polite, very kind. And I would get these responses from his teachers and people in public that would say, "Your son, Brandon, he is so polite." And I think they were just always shocked, because his appearance was a little more radical than some people. And so they misjudged him or prejudged him. And I think it was a lesson for them as well. And then, he grew up. He's a soccer dad now. You'd never know. But it was good that he got to go through that period, that he was able to express himself. We didn't stifle him, and we allowed it. But like I said, we let him know that people are going to judge you. Some people are going to be afraid of you when they see you. Some people are actually, they were, not so much now, but they were afraid of people with piercings and tattoos. They thought they were in gangs, or I don't know what people thought, but they didn't think very highly of him. But then they'd get to know him, and they'd realize what an amazing kid he is. He's brilliant, for one. And yeah, it's funny. And then my other son, who is the creative one, the artist or whatever, he was a little more conservative. It wasn't until he was older that he started doing the tattoos and all that stuff. And he has some beautiful work. And my daughter too, and she's a social worker, and she has tattoos, but hers she can hide hers. She doesn't have to, because that's not a thing anymore. That used to be, they did. And but now I think that the generation that was so anti is dying out. We're getting older, right? It was my mom's generation, the ones in their 80s and stuff. So you don't see that as much. But I know if my grandma was alive today, she would love it, because she was an artist and a musician, and she was drawn to those people as well. She wouldn't get one, but she can appreciate it. Especially, like I said, some of these pieces that I've seen are absolutely amazing. It's like, how could you sit there for 8 hours and have somebody digging at you with a needle? I just don't get it. It's too much pain. The same with piercings, but I've done my own piercings in my ears and stuff. This one I had to get done. I had to go in. So yeah, I think this is it. I'm going to, I've got the Manic Panic. I've got the dye, so not going to cost me anything, but I like it because I can cover it up if I'm in a mood where I'm feeling a little shy and I don't want people to see it. But then, like today when I did this, I looked in the mirror, I was like, it made me happy. That pop of color made me happy. It made me feel like me today. There's some days where this is how I feel, and I want to express that. The same with the tattoos. And if the people that don't like them don't like me, then that's meant to be. I probably wouldn't enjoy them either. You know what I mean? So now that I realize that, before I didn't realize that, I was just like, I wanted everybody to like me because I'm a people pleaser. And now I realize I don't want everybody to like me, because there's some people that aren't very likable and they don't think on the same level that I do. You know what I mean? So why would I worry about pleasing them? You gotta stop and think about that sometimes. Who are we pleasing? And I'm learning this late in life. I wished I had learned this years ago. I wasted so much time trying to please the wrong people. The people that are drawn to me and that love me anyway, I don't have to worry about pleasing them. They're already like me. You know what I mean? And just learned so many things so late in life. But anyway, oh God, 14 minutes. Yeah, half of you aren't even here anymore. So YouTube tells me that the attention span of all you YouTubers is about 3 minutes. I can't do anything in 3 minutes. So hopefully you're still here. If you made it to the end, leave me a comment, let me know. And again, thank you guys. I do appreciate you, even those that said no, don't get one. I know you meant well because that's what you believe, and I appreciate that. Honestly, I do. I understand you're looking out for my best interest. Whether we agree or not, that's another thing, but that's okay. I'm still glad you're here. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.